What's going on with you? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It is what's today? Thursday. Who that voice? Who is that? Hark! Did I hear another person? Hark! In the different in the distant wind. I heard somebody say it's Thursday the 24th. Who was that? You got the cameras up?
It wasn't me. Yeah,
You do?
I do.
Oh, hey man, what you doing
going
here?
on?
What's
Hello, good evening, friends.
what's going on with you?
Everything's good.
Oh,
man.
we said earlier last week. I said he coming. He coming to sit down and not just I'm not interviewing you. You co-hosting.
I'm
Okay?
co-hosting.
All right. I want to make sure that everybody understand there is a difference. You are co-hosting.
Yes, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Jeffrey Vapid. What are
Hello.
you? Junior,
Hello.
right? Are you junior?
The second junior.
Second? Yeah. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
I
Pleasure to
think
be
that
here.
a lot of folks going to be sitting back today and going, "What? He talking?" Yeah.
I can talk. Yeah.
But understand this, and I think I said this to you before. I
Yeah.
don't think nobody really heard you because every single time that they saw
Yes.
you, it was video, but they never heard you talk. So it made everybody go, "Who is this guy? He's not saying anything." But under protocols, policy, you couldn't talk to the media. Yeah.
You can't speak. But even with that, even with those restraints,
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally and completely content with not speaking against all the perception and all the negativity they put out there. That's their business.
Mm-hmm.
I know who I am. The people who know me know who I am, and it'll be a dog chasing his tail, trying to run behind all this negative information that's put out.
Now, are you surprised? Were you surprised of all the negativity that was coming out? And I'm just, I really am not going to continue on with the conversation about what happened.
Right.
Tell me this, because that's not why you're here.
Well, let me put it to bed for you. When it comes to this situation, of course, we're not going to talk about it. Can't control it. It's out of my control. But when you talk about, did I see anything or anything happening like that?
Mm-hmm.
The climate or the environment around City Hall is so toxic that I didn't see that, but you could see things brewing.
You could see things growing.
Absolutely.
I mean, those different things. I know I could. When the book coming out, that's all I need to know. When you write the book.
Big city in a small state.
Yeah, you remembered it. You remembered it.
Of course, he's sitting there writing with it. If it's been 5 years so far.
So have you started writing?
Yeah. And it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to sit there and write a book. That's notes.
I thought you might have a chapter or
That's
something that
footnotes.
you wanted to, have us to sit
Oh,
there.
man, I got all kinds of things I could just pull off the top of my head and talk about, various stories and whatnot.
So we get some of that today. We get some of that today?
You might.
All right. Let me see. You got some water.
No, I do need some water. I do need some water.
Make sure we get this today. I'm looking forward to it. Suburban, welcome though. Because you and I have had, and I don't have no problems with it. I tell everybody. But you ever sat down and had a conversation with Jeff? Good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to go into your career.
Yeah.
And that is something that I think that is worthy
Okay.
of the conversation, not because of anything that happened, but because
Career talk. Yeah.
you served as a police officer for how many years?
28. I was a professional law enforcement officer for 28 years for the citizens of the city. But I want to add something to your initial statement.
Mm-hmm.
Because prior to all this stuff happening with me, right, we've talked about this before.
Yes.
So this is just a continuation of what we've talked about in the
But
past.
sometimes folks get amnesia real quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I wanted to make sure that everybody
Oh, the
understands,
drinking,
you didn't get a job as a police officer, 2 weeks ago,
No.
and then all of a sudden, but when you told me, you was like, man, I've been here 28 years. I was like, what?
28-year New Orleans police officer. Worked in a lot of specialized units. I'm proud of all that my time on the job. Other people may want to sum it up to just the last couple of years, but it's more than that. And again, I'm content and comfortable in my truth. I have no desire to change the minds of those who think otherwise.
So you did retire.
I retired, yes.
Are you looking for any other law enforcement or no?
According to some people, my law enforcement career is over.
Really?
But no, I'm being messy. Or petty, as you like to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's all right.
Yeah. No. Once I complete something, I move on. I have never told anyone or never said that I was going to go work law enforcement anyplace else. You know.
So what's next? What are you doing? Enjoying your retirement?
I'm definitely enjoying my retirement.
Writing a book?
I'm definitely writing my book. I'm definitely preparing myself for endeavors in the future, and just enjoying.
Stop right there. So you know, man, you can't let that. I can't let that endeavors in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of life to live. I still have goals. I still have ambitions and plans, and I have a lot of information, skills, knowledge, and ability.
You got a lot of information.
I got a lot of. I have all kinds of information.
Oh, really? Care to share? No, but I mean, automatically me being on the outside, I'm gonna think you know all the deal. You know all the dirt. You know everybody where the bones are buried and all of that. Is that true or no?
No, a little fun fact. I'm not one who invests in negative talk. I'm always a positive. I believe in positivity. I only deal with negativity if somebody brings it to me. Mm-hmm. That's always been my motto.
You really didn't say anything in the I never saw you not smile.
Yeah.
Usually when I see you, you're smiling.
That's right.
Why?
It's a good question. I'm smiling.
Even when you on the detail, when you was on the detail,
yeah.
you'd be standing in the corner smiling.
Well, if I'm not happy doing something, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. Right? So even when I started this job some 28 something years ago, I mean, let me tell you, it took me, believe it or not, it took me 4 years to become a New Orleans police officer.
4 years?
Why you ask? Yeah, why you ask? Yeah,
okay, yeah. Why is that, Jeffrey?
Okay. So, young man, I didn't really want to be a law enforcement officer, right?
You did not?
I did not. My kids, your parents,
right.
family members, and all, you want to do something different, right? And of course, they'll tell you do something different as well. But when I did decide, right, because I had worked at Harris Casino when it was here. Mm-hmm. Remember Harris Casino at Combs is under Mark Morial and Foster, I believe, Governor Foster. Anyway, ran into some very wonderful people, man. This was the beginning of that company coming to the city. And I met a lot of the directors and the heads of department heads, people who took me under their wing and really instilled some information, some good information, and some direction in me. And when I would work that job, the New Orleans police officers would work the details outside the casinos,
right.
And I would talk to them every now and again. And it was always a mixed bag of information. Some were for, some were against, right? And of course, I have my own family members, so I'd talk to them, and it would be the same thing,
right.
A mixed bag. And when I took all that information, considered it, I decided, I'm gonna do this job. I'm gonna go for it. 4 years after that decision, it took me 4 years
to make that decision.
Took me 4 years to get through the fabricated obstacles that was put in my way.
Oh,
yeah, there was a ticket, and now some people may think this is a story I'm fabricating, making it up, but there was a fictitious ticket in Jefferson Parish. Right? Fictitious. We're gonna deny you. We can't hire you, Mr. Vappy, because you have a
ticket.
You have a traffic ticket in Jefferson Parish. Right. I was like, really? Okay. For 4 years, me and the lady, she's probably passed on to a better place now, but for 4 years, I would call Jefferson Parish with this fictitious ticket number. It was the same number, right? Mm-hmm. She knew me by name, Mr. Vappy. For the last time, that ticket does not exist. Yeah. And
so how did that not get straight? If there was a fictitious,
I don't know.
Ticket.
It was 28 years ago.
But it was an excuse.
It wasn't an impediment. It was an obstacle put in my way.
All right.
And
You believed it?
No, not after 4 years.
So after 4 years, they couldn't find it. Come on.
No, after 4 years, yeah, I had to. I had to. I had to get the help of people bigger than the people who were denying me, and when it was all said and done and uncovered, that's how
So
I
you had to get a lawyer?
realized. Yeah, well, no, I didn't get a lawyer. Yeah,
You
wasn't
went,
that-
You went to the higher ups.
yeah, it was divine intervention, you could say.
Oh, well, I'll just put it this way: you had people. So you go through the process,
Yeah,
take the test, go through the physical training, go through the FTO process.
yes.
You then get on the streets. You're a police officer.
I'm a police officer, and to the credit of the men and women that were on the job during that time, they would really teach you. You know, I mean, these were men and women who took pride in what they did, and they guarded that profession like most professionals should. They wouldn't just let anybody do that job. So if you couldn't meet the challenges that were on the street, then you wouldn't be a police officer. And I thanked them for that. It wasn't easy. It was tough. And back then we hand wrote everything.
Oh yeah, you had to do the reports.
Yeah, we hand wrote.
It was no sitting on the computer. And
No sitting on the computer.
you had to handwrite everything.
You had to handwrite it right then and there. And depending on what type of FTO you had, you
Right.
would.
Right, you had to write the whole report, and then
Yeah.
if they look at it and be like, start over, do it again.
That's right. That's right.
So you enjoyed the job.
I did.
What made you say, nah, no more for me?
Well, I never wanted to be a law enforcement officer anyplace else. I said if I wanted to be a law enforcement officer, it had to be here. And I completed that goal. And I always said to myself, if the day I wake up and go to work, right, and I'm not happy anymore, or I'm frustrated, or I have to question why I'm doing it, it's time to not do it.
I mean, you put this wasn't a job no more. This was a career.
Yeah, it was a career.
There's a difference between the two. See, what a lot of folks don't understand the difference between a job and a career.
Yes.
When a job is I get up 9 to 5, go to do the job. If I want to leave, I'm gonna leave. You, on the other hand, looked at it and said, not only do I have my 9 to 5, but I also am providing for myself for the future. I'm also going to stay here till I get on drop.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to make sure that I got my 401k. So this ended up being a career because you were setting yourself up for the future.
Well, you know, I'm gonna add something to that.
Okay.
Because, excuse me, you're right. A job and a career is different. But I think the individual sets that standard. I think it's up to the individual to determine if I'm going to consider this just a job, or if I'm going to consider this a profession or a career.
Right.
Yeah, it's the individual, because any job, any place a person is getting paid to do a job, it's up to that individual to take pride in doing that job. You know.
But I'm looking at you. You're still a young man.
Thank you.
You said that with force.
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you.
But with you being a young man, I'm just trying to figure out. I know you don't want to just sit down there and do nothing.
Well, yeah, I'm not doing nothing. Thank you, sir. I'm not doing nothing. You know, that's perfect. That's good. I have other endeavors.
What you doing, bro? Who you doing it with?
I have other endeavors.
No, don't say it, because then next thing you know, there'll be somebody with a camera sitting
Yeah.
there for you
Yeah.
looking for those other endeavors, see
Yeah.
how they can wreck them.
Right. Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this question, but I want you to make sure that you feel comfortable answering. Because
Okay,
I told you that I'm gonna ask you some questions. If you don't feel comfortable asking them,
Obviously,
'cause I'm not
here.
out to get you.
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm
want
here.
you to know that. But are you surprised though that at the end of your career that you became? I just put you in the same sense I told Troy yesterday. I talked to Troy Henry yesterday.
Okay.
You became the boogeyman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a good enough analogy for you to think about it in the sense of you became this person in the news? Are you surprised? Were you pissed? Were you at the point where you just like, I don't need to do this no more? I'm gonna retire, get up out of this. Or are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised, because the political climate here is so toxic that it's not surprising because I am not the boogeyman. I get the boogeyman term, your boogeyman theme there, but I'm more of be funny. I'm more of a paramour. No, I'm more of a pawn.
Help us, Lord.
Let them tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I just got into the point where I was like, I didn't want to hear no more. So, but anyway, let's move on to something.
Most reasonable people are.
Yeah. And I thought about you when I sat down to talk to you. The last time I sat down to talk to you, I was like, you know what? I think the first time I sat down to talk to you, I was like, this dude's all right. Like, all I see was video of you. I never heard you sit down and talk. I was like, dude, got some pretty good analogies of things.
Yes.
I still want to read that book, you know.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, and this doesn't apply to me, but it applies to anybody. Well, let me say this. It applies to me, but it applies to anybody in close proximity to me, right?
Right.
When people can't control you, the individual, the person that they want to control,
that's where you become the boogeyman.
well, then exactly, because they will use their resources to try to control how other people see you.
Right.
Hence the boogeyman.
Ding ding. Oh, you want me to give you the bell?
Yeah, let's do the
you
bell.
Want the bell,
Man.
bro?
Yeah.
You can do it today.
I want the full
Sorry.
WBOK experience.
You want to take the break? All right, let's take the break. You want to take some telephone calls today?
Yeah, telephone calls, everything. Yeah.
All right, 504-582-9422.
It's collect calls.
We
called
we
Orleans
home, man.
Parish
Let's go.
radio.
The number you have called has been disconnected and is no longer in service. All right, more coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Hey, this is Dave Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 AM or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
Back to school is almost here, and we've got you covered, New Orleans. Join Inspire NOLA Charter Schools on Saturday, July 26th at 10 a.m. at McDonough 35 High School for the Backpack and School Supplies Drive-Thru Giveaway. We're giving away free backpacks, school supplies, Chromebooks, books, gas cards, haircut vouchers, and more. First come, first serve. Drive up and roll into the school year prepared. One backpack per child and one computer per vehicle. While supplies last, don't miss it.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 1230 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
Talk That, NOLA Education is all about awareness. Join me, Dr. Jakir Ross from New Schools for New Orleans, as we hear from Dr. Jawan Brown Alexander, Deputy Superintendent of NOLA PS. We will discuss how New Orleans has been leading the way in academic growth. Tune in for Talk That this Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you Thursday afternoon. My co-host in the building. First time.
Hello.
Sitting
Good morning.
back.
Good evening, friends.
You sound, what it sound like, Luther Vandross. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Jeffrey Baffy in the building with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
You and I having a conversation today, so I did invite everybody, and you agreed to, 504-582-9422 that want to ask questions or want to talk to you, get your insight on different things. I will say this on behalf of you and put the disclaimer there. There's nothing that you can talk about that is in the, I guess, in investigations that may be going on with you right now. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
So let's save the folks that drama
Yeah.
right now, so that they won't be calling in asking you stuff that might, I guess more so than anything else, might jeopardize anything and you be used against you later.
That's right.
Okay. Let's talk politics though.
Okay. Ugh. Well,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's good.
It make you go ugh. Have you seen it so toxic?
Have I seen?
Even on, I would say the national level is toxic.
Yeah.
As well as the local level is toxic. And it made me say, when did we get so toxic?
Yes.
What happened to make us get so toxic?
I don't know. That's $1 million question, because I think the legislative branch and the executive branch of our local government, they don't always see eye to eye. Okay, that's normal. But what happened to having healthy debates,
Right.
healthy discussions?
Right?
At my time there, I didn't see that happen. It's like if I have an issue with you, I'm going to the media, news media. And I'm going to try to
I'm gonna try to
force
make you look like
yeah,
the bad guy.
Yeah, force my way on you.
And I do think that. Well, let me get. I got to take what I think out of this altogether. I need to get your thoughts. Social media, good, bad. Which one?
Social media is good and bad. It's both.
All right, tell me why you say that.
Because social media is definitely a good platform to get positive information out. But like anything, there's going to always be the backside.
I'm looking at it and saying it's terrible. It has been the worst thing for a lot. I mean, look, we're on social media right now. Everybody's looking at you, looking at me, because we're on social media.
Yes.
But social media has become such an instant
Yes.
that I need to have that information right now, that we really haven't done the work
Yeah.
to find out if that information that we're putting out is true.
Yeah.
Happened yesterday. I told you I
Yes.
ended up being the clown on one of those platforms this morning. Don't be mad at me.
Yeah, but that's not your fault.
No, don't be mad at me because I called you out for putting out false stuff.
Right. And I get the whole instant gratification thing, but when I was a homicide detective, right? When you lose a loved one, those family members on that scene, they want instant gratification. They want justice right then and there. And I would love to just pull something out of my hat
Right.
and give it to them, but that's not professional, and it's not if you care about people, that's not what you want. You want to take the time, get the necessary information, the facts, and then present the facts, even if the facts aren't favorable. You want to be honest with people.
And even if you get it wrong, there's a level of your credibility that if you get it wrong, because look, I've
right.
gotten it wrong,
That's right.
just like anybody else can get it wrong.
That's right.
But you got to be big enough to come back and say, I didn't get it right.
That's right.
I got it wrong, and know how to apologize.
That's right.
And that to me is part of your credibility. And if you can't do that,
Yes.
something's wrong with you, because anybody telling you they get it right 100% of the time, all the time, you need to get away from them very quickly. Because they lying.
Yeah, another thing with that whole me being content with my truth, not feeling the need to have to speak up or speak out or try to change people's minds about what they think about me or how they see me.
You know you better than anybody.
Well, that's true. But a lot of times, the individual speaking the loudest negative stuff about you or anybody else, that's usually the most insecure person with a lot to hide.
Insecure.
Yeah, and that's not my words. That's just facts.
Whose words you talking?
Those are just facts.
Yeah, well, I look around and say, I'm gonna take that bell, bro. I've been looking around and just saying that it's acting. We're acting now like this is the worst time for information because misinformation seems more believable
Because it's working.
than the truth.
It's working. Yes.
What do you mean?
The misinformation works. If I say, Gerard, you and I sitting here, right? We're talking. Everybody's watching us. They hear us talking. We sound like we the best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as you leave, I start saying, you know, Gerard stole my $5 I had on this table right here.
I probably
He's a thief.
Yeah.
He steals.
Absolutely.
You know, and he's just the worst person walking.
Now give me my $5.
And none of it's true.
What a $5 at?
None of it's true. I put it out there already though. Now everybody who don't like you,
Don't believe it.
who half
They want
like
to
me,
believe it.
absolutely, yeah. Well, that's Vappy said that. He must be right. Gerard is horrible.
But I thought to myself, and I was thinking this, and this is, I can remember, and maybe I'm just old. I can remember when I was in college, and we were taking voice and diction classes, we were
Yes.
taking writing classes. I had to take typing. I had to take all these different things, and I was like, I don't need all this stuff, you know. I don't need all this stuff. And then, at some point, I woke up and said, you never know, you might need all of this stuff. And I
Right.
figured out as I continued on in my career that sitting there playing a record 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and saying, move your booty, baby. That ain't what this is.
No.
That's jocking.
Yeah.
But to be able to have a conversation with the President of the United States, because I've interviewed Barack Obama. So to sit down there and have a conversation with the mayor of this city, to sit down there and talk to the governor, I got to have at least some knowledge of information and be able to put it into a conversational point.
Yeah.
And you're not going to learn that if you're not sitting there and saying, hey, there's a lot more to this conversation piece that I need to learn how to read, how to write, how to put it together.
Yes.
And do interviews.
Yes.
Because not talking to or having those, you don't look at me as legitimate.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted you to say, hey, just kick off the next record, Vat. Come on, bro, kick off. What does that do for your career?
That's right.
Anybody can do that.
Anybody can do that. Yeah.
But can they hold a conversation with you?
And that's not just in radio. I mean,
Right.
that's
That's
in all.
everywhere.
That's all profession.
Right.
You have to be able to communicate with people. You have to have the courage as well to communicate with people.
So I figured out that in this information stage that we're in right now, who's being considered legitimate and who's not being considered legitimate is a fine line. It's a very fine line.
It goes back to what you said. It's like, I guess the first one who puts it out is the legitimate one, right? So-called.
They're so busy trying to beat you to the punch that they're not doing the fact checking.
Right.
And I kind of take that back to the president a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
all that misinformation that you give
Oh,
out
absolutely, yeah.
and figure it out. And then nobody's fact checking you.
Nobody's fact checking. He's going to, and if you say something that counters what he says, he's going to attack you. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, and everybody's taking notes, state level as well as the local level. Everybody's taking notes.
I want to get down to the point where we all understand that just because somebody puts something out doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth. And I don't care who it is. It could be me. Don't necessarily, unless I'm coming to you and saying, you know what, I checked this out. We checked it out. We've gone back and got all the facts. Here's my legitimate source that tells me this. This is where it's coming from.
Legitimate source.
Legitimate.
Oh,
Legitimate
you
source.
got to have those.
You got to.
Okay.
So, bro, me and you in that bell, we gonna follow.
I mean, it's you made a legitimate point about the legitimate source.
You got to.
That's a legitimate statement.
At some time, you got to have a legitimate. You got to consider. You know, when you putting stuff out here, if you putting it out here and nobody know, and I believe you, and it ain't true, I'm losing my thoughts about you.
People have to take
Your
responsibility.
credibility is gonna be shot.
for what they say. People have to take responsibility for the things they say
Yeah.
and put out there.
All right, let's take a telephone call. Hey, Mr. Elmore.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good.
Man, I got some interest in what you're talking about because, what the young man is saying yourself makes a lot of sense. I think what's so sad about what's in the society we live in, which is good and bad and sometimes in terms on information we're getting, people don't understand what's opinion and what's the truth.
Good point.
Yeah. So
And let me
there's
give
a
you
thin line between what's not true and what is true.
Well, let me give you an example. I hear this a lot, and you all in the media, so you can understand and appreciate what I'm saying. I don't go watch a program. I don't want to put Gerard on the spot. I like Gerard. But I'm not going to say, don't answer the way I say it. I'm not saying, what I mean by that, I so happens to like his way of talking to, giving information to people, but it's pretty on time of what he says. He gives us, he's able to say, listen now, folks, this is my opinion. Or he'll let you know this is a fact that he's getting the information from. Well, you find with people argue with facts, and God forbid you get an opinion, they won't crucify you.
Well, if you listen to some of your local media, they'll start their little segment off with this is the opinion of so and so. They'll tell you up front it's their opinion.
Yeah.
Now, what you do with it afterward is on the individual.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. That's why I don't know about you all. I'm sure Gerard does it being in the media. I'm not. I'm just a Joe Smart guy. Listen, but I try to, when I analyze national news, international news, local news, I try to get as many publications about that story as I can, and try to get an opinion based on the facts as I know it.
You said
I'm not quick to
publications?
say you're right.
You said publications?
I try to get as many publications, get on the internet, get as much information on what is discussed. That way I can get a good understanding.
I got you. You tries to get more than one
Does
source.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, man, love the conversation. Man, I wish I got you earlier, but I appreciate what you put into it and what people need to know, and thank you, brother.
You got it. You're right on time. You're not late.
All right, Mr. Elmore.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. 504-582-9422 is our number to get in contact with us. But we've gotten to the point now where it's hard to determine, if that's a good word to use, determine
Yeah.
what's truth and what's false.
I understand, but I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree because, and this is the good part of social media, right? Everything that's done is documented, specifically public stuff. So if you have questions about things, you could always go back to the archives and check things out. You know, there's a lot of, because it's campaign time, you're going to have a lot of people saying what they've done and what they will do. But you can fact check that. All you have to do is look at the archives, you have to go back and check it out, and you'll see for yourself.
I don't have time to be doing all that. I don't need to be going out. He said or she said
Okay.
that
all
they
right.
did this.
But just, okay, well, just for
But
those.
you know that's what you're going to get, right?
Absolutely. And for those individuals, I say this. Beware of the campaigns of hypocrisy.
God damn it. So, you threw me all off again with that. Explain that.
Well, beware of the campaigns of hypocrisy.
Explain
Right?
it. Right.
So you have people that are in positions of authority, right? And their job is to see to it that the welfare of their constituents are being taken care of, right? And government has checks and balances. Like we said, there's left and right. What's the
Right.
left and right?
Right.
Executive, legislative. And this is your lane, this is my lane. If we're traveling down the interstate, if we want to have a safe travel, we want to all get to the same point at the same time, healthy and happy, we got to stay in our lanes, right? We have to stay in our lanes. But if I'm constantly preventing you, trying to set up obstacles for you that inhibits you
trip me
from
up.
doing your job, right? Only for the sole purpose so that when I run for election, I could say, look at all the stuff that's not getting done, all the issues and problems that I caused now.
That I call.
I caused them.
Right.
But I'll point the finger at you. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, I've illustrated what I mean by the campaigns of hypocrisy.
So, everybody come get this damn bell.
Do I need to take that bell from that brother?
So let's talk about that. So I wanted you to explain it before, but I do have my own opinion of the hypocrisy that you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, the hypocrisy can mean different things for anybody. It's just, but that concept is what's important.
So, but I'm going to talk about your concept.
Okay.
So, we're there now. Would you agree?
Well, elaborate, sir.
Some of the folks that's running for these different offices, even for the highest of this city,
Okay.
are sitting there telling you all the different things that they're going to do, all the different things that they want to do. If you elect me,
Yeah.
I'm going to change all of that. Da, 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 da. But you've been a part of the problem for the last 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
So,
There you go.
campaign of hypocrisy.
Campaign of hypocrisy.
So how do you tell the people that you're going to change something when you have the seat now where you can make the change, but you've been a part of that problem for the last 2-3 terms? Campaign of hypocrisy.
It's a campaign of hypocrisy, but it's just this simple. A wise man told me years ago, and I told this to my kids as well. If you listen to a person talk, they'll tell you everything you need to know about them. All you got to do is listen to them. And if you know this particular person or people that you're speaking to have been around, you know, they tell you, look, I cut grass, but there's no grass cut. The grass is high as your knee, right? But I cut grass. Well, why you didn't cut this grass? Because it's somebody else's fault.
Or here's another one. Let's use the grass analogy. Smoking it too. No, I'm just joking. But I'm thinking more so than anything, if I can go out and I can tell you that I'm cutting all this grass, I'm doing all this grass, and what you cutting is good.
Yeah.
Oh man, he does a great job cutting grass. But if I come to your house and your grass is 2 feet high, it made me look at you different. You cut such great grass. What's up with your house?
Or my grass is cut immaculately, but everybody else's grass I say I cut isn't.
Still ain't, and you know,
Yeah.
without me saying it. But I'm looking around and saying to myself, mine is 2 feet high.
Yeah.
So before I get to say how great I am, shouldn't I also show the experience of this is what I'm doing for myself first? Here's my grass.
Yeah.
I need you to be able to look at my grass and say that I'm going to use the example of my grass to do yours. Somebody that's doing a bad job at home, how you going to prove to me that you can do it somewhere else? Great.
I agree. You know, I come from the school that you don't have to self-promote. If you're working in an area already and you're seeking to elevate in that same area, right, you shouldn't have to really work that hard to convince people that you're a worthy candidate, right?
Yep.
The work should speak for itself.
Yep. All right, we got to take another break. We want to take the break now? Let's take it now. We got 1 more minute. But we'll just take it now and come on back.
You talking a whole lot of stuff.
You see what I got to deal with on a daily basis when he come in?
I'm not worried about him.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm talking. I didn't see you sitting there.
You know I'm here.
Let's go ahead and take the break. We'll take the break in. We'll take some telephone calls. Oh, Lord, you put him on hold? Not today. Not today. Let's take the break. We'll take the break and we'll come back. 504-582-9422. More coming up next right here on WBOK.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time. Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month by the community scientists at Rise St. James. This month, we spotlight phthalates, chemicals added to plastics, especially PVC, to make them more flexible and durable. But there's more. Research shows phthalates may disrupt hormones, affect reproductive health, and contribute to environmental pollution impacting our communities. Join us as we explore how these additives shape our everyday lives and the world around us. For more details, visit risestjames.org. Empower your knowledge with Rise.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
Hey, New Orleans, look for important changes to your natural gas service. This summer, Delta Utilities takes over for Entergy Gas with a Louisiana-born, Louisiana-based approach to safe, clean, reliable natural gas. No interruptions or rate changes due to the transition, just dependable service and modernized technology to keep you running smoothly. Get to know us at deltautilities.com and stay tuned for more later this summer. Delta Utilities, focused on natural gas, committed to New Orleans.
Uptown, downtown, wherever you are, keep it locked in to WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. A few minutes now before 5 o'clock. It's looking like it's going to rain out there. I think it started drizzling a little bit. So if you're going to be driving around, please drive with care and pay weather attention. All right, make sure that you're paying attention because yesterday was terrible. Yesterday evening, it flooded yesterday. My co-host today in the building, having some conversation with me, having some conversation with you, and glad to know that you are part of the conversation. That's right. The one, the only, Jeffrey Babby.
Good morning or evening, friends. You know, Gerard, I want to say something to you, man. I did not know that this station was a reentry program for criminals.
What you mean, bro? I gotta ask what you mean.
Last time I was here, it was said that this station only only hires and interviews criminals. You know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, man. On one hand, I want to apologize if I brought that negativity onto you, but then on the other hand, I think it's great that people need something. You know.
So that was the attorney that wanted to cuss Troy out.
Yeah, I know.
And he had to find a way to get at him. Yeah. So he said the only thing that your radio station does is interview and hire criminals.
Yeah, yeah.
With just stupid,
disrespectful, the least.
And I think that's what all of them.
Yeah.
I kind of feel. I'm really feeling a little different these days about working, getting contracts, trying to make a living. Trying to do it's almost vapped to the point where you look around and everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, you can do this is the American way," but when you get into the fold,
yeah,
you get criticized for getting in the fold for doing the right thing.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, wait a minute. If I want to bid on a contract and I win it, look at what they're doing to the contracts in the French Quarter.
That's another form of hypocrisy. Another form of hypocrisy. So they'll tell you.
But it's a black-white thing, bro. It really is.
And you hate.
I know you won't.
And you hate to bring it there.
Yeah,
you hate to bring it there.
Thing.
But there's, in my opinion, any person of color, right, in any of one of these southern states, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, there's North Carolina, South Carolina. There's no black person in any one of these states should be sleeping right now.
Right.
With the history that these states hold, right?
Yep.
Now, I have a lot of great friends, right? I have a lot of great white friends. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this doesn't. Not all white people are bad. Not all black people are bad, right? But it all depends on the individual. But when we look at where we are from an historical standpoint, everybody should be trying to be the best they could be.
Yep. But if I don't need that person who thinks that they're better than me trying to hold me down.
Yeah.
when I can play ball, I have the resources, I can do just as good a job as you do.
Yes.
And you're trying to convince the public that I am not qualified.
Yes.
That I didn't do the right thing.
Yes.
That I'm the boogeyman. I told Troy yesterday. That's his new nickname, the boogeyman.
Yes.
And doing these things makes me feel like, okay, we ain't changed that much. Things ain't changed that much.
That's the importance of politics. That piece. That's one of the importance of politics. That piece right there, because we all want to be treated fair and equitably, right? And a man like Troy Henry, right, who's invested in himself, put himself in a position to bid for businesses and win, right? He didn't pay anybody. There was no special.
Right.
There was none of that stuff. This man was a
But
businessman.
I painted the narrative to make you think so.
Absolutely, because they want to circumvent the system. I mean, this is a system that's in place for a reason.
Right.
Right? If the honorable mayor could just wave a finger and give somebody a contract, it'd be all hell to break loose, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Troy went through a process.
The whole procurement process.
That bothers me. It bothers me.
And I tell you what really bothers me. It's that part bothers me. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But what really bothers me as a black man, that another black man would sit up there and cheerlead this bull crap.
Yeah. Well, let's take the race out of it. Let's just look at it from a position of
your position.
Well, let's take it from the position of your position. He is a representative. Everybody that's on that panel, as it relates to the legislative board, are representatives. They represent the districts and the citizens of this city. Unfortunately, sometimes, and I'm just speaking, this is my opinion. This is the opinion piece that the caller was talking about before.
Okay.
Sometimes we can be of the opinion that there are people with the financial means that can support a person or get behind a person or kind of force a person to make certain decisions that's more favorable for them.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you run for office.
Especially when you, oh man,
I hear it.
The plot thickens. Huh?
You want me to ring it?
Yeah, no, I'm
go
close.
ahead.
Yeah.
You saw that, huh? That's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
But look, you can have conspiracy theories from now till the end of whenever, right? But
But is it a conspiracy theory or is the facts the facts?
Well, just look at it.
Think about it though.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking you, bro.
Well,
conspiracy theory is one thing.
Yes.
It's a theory.
Yes.
But I'm looking at the facts.
Okay.
The man did the work. He put the procurement process to say, okay, we could do this.
Yes.
Did the RFP.
Yes.
Won the bid.
Yes.
Had a little problem with making sure that his partner or the person that he has doing a subcontract or whatever they want to call it, had a problem with it. Mayor comes out and says, okay, I can't let the French Quarter not get this, so I'm going to put out an emergency contract. Okay, this person comes in, Ivy Waste comes in and gets the emergency contract and goes in and does the job. Nobody questioned their work. But you weren't there to stay for the longevity of a contract. You were there until this gets solved. Now this gets solved, you mad because the woman that's in charge to make the decisions said, okay, see you later, appreciate you. But you got the remainder of the city. Mm-hmm. What you mad for?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I didn't even know that it was them getting, and I say them, I'm talking about the residents of the French Quarter, getting the service every day. Mm-hmm. They get trash pickup every day. Not the businesses.
Okay.
The residents.
Within the quarters, though, right?
Yeah, 17 blocks.
Okay. Yeah.
They getting that pressure washing.
I can understand the difference. I can understand the uniqueness of that situation, but that's a separate contract unto itself for that purpose, correct? That's my understanding.
Yeah, it's a separate contract other than
okay
what has been. So each district, whether we're talking about New Orleans East, whether we're talking about Algiers, whether we're talking about Mid-City, whether we're talking about the area by the lake, all these different areas are different areas that they bid for.
Yes.
So Ivy Waste got the majority of them.
Yes.
here comes Henry Consulting to bid for this, and he's not the highest bidder, but he said I can do just as much and get all of this. He just came in here yesterday, sat down, and told me they put together their money to buy new trucks for the French Quarter. So I'm trying to figure out what's the difference, and why is everybody saying, I gotta have IV Waste to do my trash pickup, not him?
Yeah.
For what reason? This brings me back to Ray Nagin, Jimmy Woods.
That's exactly what I was
and
saying.
Alvin Richards. This is what brings me back to.
Yes.
Because if you remember, they went to the point of coming. They had to come to the radio station. They didn't know me then.
Yeah.
But I invited them to come to the radio station. They came to the radio station not knowing nothing that we're going to talk about. But see, I had got my hazmat training.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, seriously, I'm certified hazmat training.
Okay.
So during that time where we cleaning out houses and doing all this other stuff, and everybody's putting all this junk that had gotten ruined within their houses after Katrina, the garbage folks couldn't pick it all up because it wasn't garbage. Yeah. It was demolition.
Yes.
You put all of that stuff along with all the gas and oil and cleaning for all that stuff in the back of one of them trucks and hit that compactor, you're creating a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
They got mad at them.
Yeah. See, people shouldn't get. There's a lot of information in what you just said. A lot of information, but people shouldn't get emotional about it because it's an unfortunate situation to put Troy and Sidney. Sidney does a good job with what he does,
and nobody's questioning.
Nobody's questioning that. But Troy, he won the opportunity to do his job, and you have to let him. But why would you want to circumvent that? You are going against the very thing that you are accusing everybody else of doing. You know what I mean? You're circumventing the system.
So one of the things that I looked at was that, and this is the part that got me, was as the president of the city council.
Okay.
Isn't it your job to help out your vendors or help out your district, and instead of sitting there on social media criticizing, creating havoc over and over and over again? You're like a little Jenny woman.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure some way he means well. I'm sure.
All right, you want to explain that? You got you got 3. You got 3 minutes. I'm gonna go here. There you go. I did that one.
Listen, if you just listen, if you just listen to people talk, if you listen to them talk, they tell you all you need to know about them. I believe when he ran for that office initially, when he ran for that office, he sold himself as a change agent.
A what?
A change agent.
What, dime, quarter, nickel?
Well, it's unfortunate because it's an unfortunate situation that we find our local government in because we need them to work well together. And the only change I've seen in anybody else that's paying attention can see is that it's as toxic as it gets right now.
So that happens when you know that I can't run for nothing else. So when I'm dead in the water, when I'm a sitting duck, and I have no ability to say, okay, I'm gonna get you on the next. Because honestly, I'm gonna say this to you because this is what came back to me. This was what was on the streets.
Okay.
What was on the streets was that the mayor was going to run against him for city council again. I was hoping she was, because I thought that would have been a good drawn out battle. But I'm messy. I'm messy, bro. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what came back to me, that she was going to run against him.
So my perspective on that topic right there, whenever an elected official is at the end of their term, what is the point in jumping and beating this person up? I mean, to me, it's lazy politics.
You're lame duck.
It's lame duck.
You can't take care. You can't take up for yourself.
It's lazy politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you don't want to see nothing like that.
What's that?
The lame duck sitting back, can't say nothing.
The lame duck excuse is it's for people that sitting online in their dark rooms typing, saying negative, disrespectful things about people. That's what they use.
Sitting in a dark room in a diaper. with some cowboy hat and a cowboy boots on.
Wow.
And a diaper. That's what that is. All right, y'all, we got to take a break. News is up next. We'll come back. We'll take some more telephone calls.
You really want to say like Captain America shield.
With,
That's what
with
you
the
want to
Thor
say.
hammer. with the Thor hammer. There you go. News is next, y'all.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. French President Emmanuel Macron is suing Candace Owen for defamation after she repeatedly claimed his wife is a man. The lawsuit says Owens, who is black, sold merch promoting the claim and ignored requests to stop. The Macrons are seeking damages for 22 counts. Rapper Cardi B is facing a lawsuit over a 2023 Las Vegas incident where she threw a microphone at a woman who had tossed a drink at her during a performance. The moment caught on video sparked debate over whether the drink contained alcohol and ice. The mic was later auctioned for $99,000 to benefit charity. And the families of two black men, Ronald Silver II and Travis Christian, plan to sue Baltimore, claiming civil rights violations after Silver died from heat stroke on the job last August. The suit accuses the city of forcing vulnerable workers into dangerous conditions without proper heat safety, water, or emergency protocols. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back. Our number 504-582-9422. My co-host today, Mr. Jeffrey Vappy, is in the building. Hey, you got jokes.
We like the Wonder Twins right now.
You ain't. I ain't that old.
We're like the Wonder
Other
Twins.
folks are trying to figure out
You
who-
shape of pettiness, and I shape of controversy.
That's a damn shame. And you, Mr. Bobblehead. That's what. I got into the point too, Jeff. As we do talk about some of these different things.
Yeah.
Let's go into policing.
Okay.
Because I know you saw it because you brought it up as well.
Mm-hmm.
That young man who was sitting in his car.
Yes.
That the police officers broke out his window and then punched him while he's sitting in the car. As a police officer, let me say former police officer.
Yes, sir.
What did you think when you saw that?
I try my best not to watch things like that because it's horrible, and that's one of the good things about the body cams. I remember when the New Orleans Police Department went to body cams, there was all this pushback. I was always for it. That's great. I want people to see the great work that I do, right? Body cams is good. Some people probably wish they had body cams. But anyway, when you look at the footage of that stop, right, and you hear the verbiage that's used, the guy asking, what you stopped me for? You don't have your lights on in inclement weather. Okay. I mean, why would you have to stop somebody and pull them out of the car for that?
Pull them out the car.
That's
what I was trying to figure out.
You could just say, hey, man, turn your lights on and keep it moving.
You ain't got to stop me for that.
You ain't even got to stop him for that.
He could have got on the loud horn. Hey, man, turn your lights on and kept going.
Right. It's totally unprofessional. The short answer to that is totally unprofessional.
And that to me was he wanted an incident.
The police or the driver?
Yeah, the police officer. He wanted an incident.
Well, it seemed to me he may have felt a little way because the guy didn't obey his commands.
So he wanted an incident. So I get into those types of situations every day. I hear it.
Really?
Somebody calls me and tells me something happened. This happened. Somebody hurt my child. And I'm getting it from both ways because I'm here, number one, so I hear it on the NOPD side.
Yeah.
But mostly I'm hearing a lot of stuff that happens because I'm at OPSO as well.
Yes.
So I get it from both sides, and it makes me say, have we cleaned any of this up? Do you think that we cleaned it up? Because we still got bad apples out there.
And there's going to always be bad apples. You can never clean it up. But let me say something to my young, aspiring and tenured officers as well that's out there. Veterans know that the majority of police work is not physical. It's paperwork. It's talking, counseling. That's the service part. We protect and serve. I really developed an appreciation for the service part, right? Because you talk to people, you help them with situations, and because ultimately people call the police because they have a situation that they can't handle, so they need help, right?
On their worst day.
On their worst day, it does a policeman no good to agitate a situation and make it worse than it is, because the day is going to come when you have to get physical, and you got to be prepared. God be with you.
That day is going to come.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's right. And imagine being a police officer, Gerard, and you've never had a fight in your life, right? You grew up in a good neighborhood, sheltered. You know, you were peaceful, you got along. The ideal upbringing, which is great. Nothing negative about it. That's a great thing. But then you say, you know what? I'm a good person. I'm going to be a police officer because I want to protect and serve the community, right? And then you find yourself in situations with people who are going through something. And they don't take kindly to people telling them what to do, you know? And he's letting you know that I don't care what you say, it's going to go not your way, but my way. Get ready. Because a 3-minute fight seems like...
Forever?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. A policeman, you can work almost half your career and never have an incident like that. And that's a good police officer, because 9 times out of 10, he has the proper command presence. He shows up. People feel confident. They feel safe with him. You know, he looks professional. Look, man, this is my issue. I want to talk to you about it. Help me.
But is de-escalation the way that you were trained? Because, I mean, at one point in time, I got to tell you, there was no such thing as de-escalation.
You did it anyway. They put the title, de-escalation. Somebody made some money off. But you did it anyway. A professional, these are things professional police officers do instinctively. You do it anyway. You can't...
Not all of them.
Because wearing a badge and a gun, right, going through a police academy is not going to teach you morals. It's not going to teach you to be empathetic to people. You either have that or you don't.
It's going to teach you what, though? I mean, because now you got to take the classes for de-escalation. You got to take the, I guess, the ways of handling, of course, de-escalation. But how do you teach somebody that's looking for a fight de-escalation?
You give it to them in the academy. You give it to them. When I went to the academy, it was solely designed to stress a person, put you under an undue amount of stress to prepare you for the job, and also to get you to ask yourself, is this something that I really want to do? Do I want to subject myself to this? Why do I want to put on this uniform every day? I'll never be rich, right? Why do I want to put on this uniform and go out and subject myself to this situation over and over and over again? And the only answer I would say to that is that you got to care about people. You got to care. You have family members who live in your community, and you wouldn't want, I don't know about the next person, but I don't want policemen to treat my family members any other way but with respect and dignity.
But if we look around where we are in a city that is right beside or surrounded by water, and we consider ourselves a bowl, we saw 20 years ago some of the worst handling of our residents that are here, and look, over 151,000 of them didn't even come back. Whether they had gotten settled, whether they just didn't know how to get themselves back here, whatever the consequences were, we saw 171,000 of those 600,000 folks not come back. So it makes me ask the question, you know, how are these folks going to be handled this time? Because it's going to happen. We just don't know when it's going to happen or what it's going to be. It's going to happen that we all going to have to go through that contraflow, get up out of here again at some point in time. But people are, I guess, already manic in a position where they are like, Lord, all hell's breaking loose. How do I handle this? I'm not rich. I don't have money. I can't get to this. But whoever's going to be able to handle that, and it's usually law enforcement that's handling it at some point in the, I guess, the makeup do you think that our law enforcement is also good at being social? You now are a social worker.
Well, disclaimer, it's been.
I'm talking to a former police officer. I know what I'm talking to.
Well, let me say this. A professional police officer can handle it. A professional police officer can handle it because, if it's all about people, it's all about the citizens, right? I was here for Katrina. You was here for Katrina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Katrina was handled a little differently.
Yeah, that was something that nobody thought it would happen.
There's a lot of lessons learned from that.
Yeah.
And I'm not pointing any fingers or talking negatively about people, but from my own experience, the storms that I experienced on the job prior to that was handled differently. And I kind of like the way it was handled then. We were all hands on deck, and when the storm blew over, we was able to go out and actively police the city.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the way Katrina was handled. But you have to take care of the first responders first, because we're the ones that people are going to rely on to keep the city safe. I'm not answering your question, Gerard. I know I'm not.
I know. I was sitting here going, go ahead.
And I really can't answer that question. That's a tough question for me to answer because I'm out of here. I'm not going to stay here to see what's going on. I'm going to be in that counter floor. Yeah, I'm gone.
You ain't gonna stay?
Oh man, it's one of the best things.
Wait,
it's one of the best things. It's one of the best things going for me right now. Is that
I can get out?
Oh man,
So, let's go to Katrina.
Let's go to Katrina.
You're here.
I'm here.
Your radio beeps.
Yeah.
And you look at that conversation piece that's coming over that says, expect death, expect all of the buildings to have some type of issue. This is going to be devastating to the city of New Orleans.
Well, let me
remember that.
Yeah, let me stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there, and no disrespect, and I'm gonna stop you because
I'm listening.
Any police officer that was here during Katrina who actually helped, it's a very difficult thing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I never considered as a police officer, I never considered how much stress I'm under.
Mm-hmm.
I never considered that. When Katrina hit, after Katrina, when the water was in and I was in the rescue boat with these people that came from South Carolina, and we riding by these buildings and people screaming for help, and I'm in a little P-roll boat, right?
Oh, wow.
And I'm telling them I'm coming back to get them. It's a very stressful situation, because you can't help everybody.
Right.
But we were helping. We tried.
Mm-hmm.
We tried. But that to talk about Katrina is always difficult for an officer who was out there giving it his all.
You want me to get you some more water?
You can hear it in my voice?
I can hear it.
Yeah. I ain't choking up or nothing.
No, but I'm going to ask you. We got some more water, bro? Okay.
I ain't choking up.
But I was talking to Warren Riley.
Okay.
And Warren wrote a book about the name of it is Eye of the Storm.
Yeah.
And I tell him this. He don't believe me, but I made a couple of other folks, just watch him as I talk about it. Because as I'm having the conversation with him and asking him different questions, he answers the questions.
Yeah.
But you could see in his face that it was traumatic. And he answers the question like he's really reliving it.
Every time. I was reliving it.
You go through the same thing?
When you were telling me that, I was reliving it.
So do you think that there are a lot of police officers still on the force today that relived it and still reliving it?
I would say yes. Absolutely.
Did you get help?
No.
What's wrong with you? That was a pun. Did you really? When I say what's wrong with you, I'm trying to figure out.
I get you.
Did you figure out that there might be a problem with you because you relived this stuff?
Yes.
No, you did.
No, I did. Yeah, because we after the storm.
I'm shaking my head.
After the storm, there was some doctors and people that came in, counselors that talked to us,
right.
but it was a good effort.
You shunned it. I see it in your face. You just said it was a good effort.
Well, it was a good effort because those people that came didn't necessarily do a good job. They told everybody to take a stiff drink and take some Benadryl. But But the counselors that came in, that's a true joke. The counselors that came in afterward, there were some legitimate counselors that came in afterward that really helped us, But
in all seriousness,
yes,
that's something you're gonna live with for the remainder of your life.
If I choose to, I'm not going to allow myself to be a prisoner to it. But
no. Understand what I'm saying.
But when I talk about it, it does bring
something
back.
That's going to you're going to live with it. You can't forget it.
No,
you lived it, and
yes,
a lot of police officers, I think today, that if you sit them down in a room with professional help, that they'll take it.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that it's been offered in the context of what they had to go through, what they saw.
Yeah.
So did you? And I'm gonna ask you this question: did you see things that you thought you would never see in that time frame?
Yes. Yes.
And if I had to ask you, and you can choose not to answer this, but if I had to ask you, what was the most horrific part of what you saw? You don't have to describe it.
Yeah.
In detail.
Well, I got to tell you something better than that. There's a story, right? And this is before Katrina. There's a story. Whenever I think about it, it's tough to talk about. I can't even talk about it because it's before. But maybe I'll put it in the book, Big City, Small State.
When is that book coming,
it's a significant story.
I'm looking for that book.
Yeah. Our policemen, look, a true public servant, a person who puts on this uniform, right, who leaves his family at home and comes out to the street to make sure people are safe. It's a serious sacrifice. It's a thankless job. I've been fortunate, though. I've had people thank me for my job, and that is the best thing ever. Any policeman who tell you that just the mere thank you is gratifying.
One of the things with that was the fact that we had so many police officers at the time that left. That should have stayed. They were supposed to. Did you think about it in the sense of, I got to get out of here, or did you say, I know my job, I got to stay?
I know my job. I knew my job. Once I got my personal affairs in order, I was straight. But I can say that for some of the men and women that were around me, the ones that left were fresh out the academy.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this was an experience that
they didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, there's no how to prepare for a hurricane in the academy class.
No, I mean, and look, I think I had been here long enough that I was like, oh, I've been here long enough. I've been through these little hurricanes. The wind blow and you get the rain and you see, a couple of rooftops or sheds and stuff. I had no idea. They talk about taking down brick buildings. I'm like, okay, is this what we're going to do? And to know that you just drove down the street and 24 hours later you on a boat going down that same street because it's flooded.
It's a lake now. Yeah.
And also seeing Lawrence Weathersby.
Father or son?
I don't know which one is which. Whether he was the deputy superintendent.
Okay, that's the father. Yeah.
So Lawrence Weathersby was on the boat, and I'll never forget this. You could be on that boat with him. You hear that motor on the boat rolling. I had a camera, and I turned the light on. Man, turn that light off. I was like, what? He said, they shooting at us. You giving them something to shoot at? Because they were. They weren't trying to harm us. It was the fact that so many folks were stranded. They were in houses, in places where, and we were trying to rescue folks, but they didn't understand. I can't get you on the boat. I'm full.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Then number two, that boat would go boom, boom. 20 minutes later, or 10 minutes later, boom, boom. You hear something. I'm like, say, bro, what is that? You don't know what that is, G? Like, no, what is that? What you hitting? Dead people.
And see, it's stories like that makes our local politics. It makes what's going on that much disheartening.
Right.
There's so much. There's so many other issues that we have to deal with That is just it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's take another break. Let's take the break here. Mr. Harold, hold on, we're coming back. You gonna talk to Mr. Harold today.
Yeah, you got all these phone calls. We gotta get them in, man.
More coming up, y'all. We gotta take a break here. We'll come back. Jeffrey Vapp is hanging out with us. 504-582-9422.
Gerard trying to make me cry. I ain't crying.
If he said he gonna cry, he gonna cry. More coming up, y'all. Hold on.
Katrina.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Les Brun is founder, chairman, and CEO at Ariel Alternatives and was instrumental in the firm launching Project Black a few years ago. That fund so far has raised over $1 billion to help grow businesses run by underserved communities. But since the project launched, a lot has changed in the public's view of DEI. Speaking at a Bloomberg event, Brun says the recent pushback doesn't discourage him.
The reality at the end of the day is whether you have to change the vernacular or not, it doesn't change directionally the trend that we're heading in.
That trend is younger people who view diversity as a core belief are coming into power.
Gen Xers, millennials, the last of the baby boomers, for the most part, are big believers in this mission-driven and the fact that you can accomplish mutual goals along those lines. I don't think it's going to change.
Brun feels the recent pushback is more of a stumble and not a setback. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, faucets, vanities, doors, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a member? Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Support comes from Satchmo Summerfest, presented by the New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Fund. This friends and family-friendly festival takes place on August 2nd and 3rd at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Join the fun for live music, local food vendors, and discuss with Satchmo scholars from noon until 8 p.m. Learn more at satchmosummerfest.org.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Conversation is one of those conversations that I think we should have had a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's here with us and sharing with us until 6 o'clock. Jeffrey Vappy, co-hosted. Mr. Harold, what's going on in Los Angeles?
Oh, you know, everybody has a story, and I have 500 stories. But I was just listening. Oh, somebody's calling me. But I'm sitting here in the Jeep, and I was listening to the police officer. Now, one of my daughters, my oldest daughter, is Internal Affairs, Los Angeles Police.
Uh-huh.
And my aunt just passed. She was internal, and she at 101. And her husband worked up at the academy. He retired from the police department. But anyway, you have good and bad. Now, today, we buried a good police officer. What happened was there was an accident, and he put the lights on, and he got out to kind of deal with the traffic. And a car came along and hit him and killed him.
Oh, wow.
So we just had that funeral a few hours ago. and everybody talked about how good this individual was, how professional he was. So I just thought I would holler and tell you that the weather's good. For me, everything's good. I'm on the way to the beach, and
enjoy.
I done told you
Say that
stop
again?
going out there with that Speedo on.
You know, when you mentioned the word Speedo the other day, I asked my wife what was a Speedo. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
With your little thong and your cup. That's it.
I'm gonna have to cut the mic off and take Mr. Harold off the phone.
Anyway, life is good. That creep in the White House since the military out here, which
They
you
still
gotta
out
get
there?
you gotta get that fool out of there.
They still out there? though?
No.
No.
The Pentagon called back they sent 7,000, I think it was, if the number is right, Marines for no
700.
reason at all. None. To show what a fool he is. So it's something I would never understand how the people, well, I do understand. He's powered by racism. And there are a lot of projects here that the people won't go on because they're afraid they might be picked up. There are people losing, they're going, they can't pay rent, they can't buy food, and they're going into foreclosure because they can't go to work. And it's just, the fool tried to show that he has some power. But I think they got to get that trash out of the White House. So anyway, what can I tell you? And then too, now you know that you had this phrase black and brown. That never. I'm a people person, but that never has been any correlation between black and brown.
Right.
The Hispanics wanted to be so-called whites. And the whites refused to accommodate them. And now they see it different. That this country was founded on racism. It operates on racism. And a number of people have tainted blood running through their bloodstream. And the kind of crap that leads this country. And you got the fellow, I can't think of it, so-called the Speaker of the House from Louisiana. A bunch of thugs and a bunch of fools. So anyway, I just thought I would holler at you.
All right.
And,
You got it all.
And sounds like you have one of the good officers in your presence, and you're better than you think. So I'll talk to you later.
Oh, wow.
All right,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Thank you.
I'll
Appreciate
talk to you
it.
later. Be careful out there with that Speedo here.
Leave him alone.
Mr. Harold, what did he say? 88 years old?
Nice.
Out there on the
Lived.
beach
He lived it.
with a Speedo.
Hey, man, you got to get the sun some kind of way.
Well, you're getting it in different places.
Is he a player though?
Huh?
Is he a player?
No. Don't even start there because his wife listened to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She probably with him right now.
Yeah.
I
But-
just
but
wanted
he
to know
brought it-
that wasn't me. That was Ron.
But he brought it back to politics.
Yeah, I mean, he political.
Yeah,
He political. Are we living in political times now that we've never lived in before?
Absolutely.
You think we're in them different now than before? I don't think we're any different.
I think it is different now. It's more malicious. There's more of an effort to grab control of things, and I want the listening audience to know that I'm not being negative. You know, I think, and I don't think you're being negative.
No, I mean both of us about the same complexion and stuff, so we need to watch it when we walk out
There you
of
go.
the
There you
room
go.
because we could end up in El Salvador.
But
Hola.
But the politics, that's true. But the
Both of
politics are important. I mean, it's important for all of us, not just a select few, but it affects us all. And we got to, it always bothers me. I don't know how you feel about this, but it bothers me when people say, I ain't voting, man. They're going to do what they want to do anyway. That is the worst thing you can say. For someone who wants to take control, someone who wants to grab something, they grab a power or take control over something. To hear somebody say that's great. That's what they want.
I mean, that to me is a vote for the other side.
Yes.
The ones that you're trying to say, hey, look, we need to get out here and vote because we need to do something, da-da-da. When you say, I'm not going to go vote because they're going to do what they want to do anyway, you're giving them the win.
Right. You're giving them the win, and then when you don't vote and they get in, and then they actually do what they want to do,
right.
Now everybody's butthurt and upset.
For what? For what? What's your butthurt for?
Yeah.
They got mad at me now. You're going to see all the telephone lines ring up. So here's what I did. I told black people.
Yeah.
When all this stuff started going on with the deportations and getting the folks from here, sending them to El Salvador, I said, black people, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Before y'all get out there and holding the sign for your fellow man, hold on. Sit back and watch. Oh, boy, the phone's right. I can't believe you tell them to do that. But did they do that for you?
Mm-hmm.
In your civil rights? When your folks get violated? My biggest challenge was trying to get Dr. Shepard off my butt. Because that's my co-host on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, no, we got to get out here and do it. But I'm just saying, hold on. Just wait a minute.
Well, at least she's saying we got to do it. It's nothing I hate worse than to hear somebody say, somebody got to do something.
Right. But
somebody got to do something. Why don't you do something?
But my point is, when y'all coming with us? And I just want to say, am I going to burn my energy up for you when I know that that our rights have been looked over, violated, and kicked to the curb several different times, and nobody's out there with us? Or if we do have other nationalities that are out there with us, it's sprinkles.
So you're saying that next Super Sunday is going to be geared towards campaigning for whatever candidate the people in the community want to see in office?
Absolutely not.
Because that's a big turnout. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. They ain't coming out there for that.
Well, they coming out to enjoy the cultural festivities, but in the midst of that, they could galvanize and make some differences, make some change.
Okay. Like...
Damn. Damn, Gerard.
No. Does it sound like I have confidence in that? No.
Yeah, but we got to try because Dr. Martin Luther King said.
Oh, no. We ain't going Martin Luther King right now. I need to hear from Jeff Vappy.
Okay, this is Jeff.
My question.
Jeff Vappy about to say what Martin Luther King said. He said, "I have a dream." He didn't say somebody else need to have a dream about how we're gonna fix ourselves or fix things and change our condition. It only changes when people get together. This is why we are experiencing these campaigns of divide, defamation, and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Divide, defame, and destroy. Anybody who is willing to stand up and say something is immediately attacked. And we got to accept that. You got to understand that that's part of that's how it works.
Okay.
But you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to do it. I mean, we all talk about MLK and we talk about all the black leadership that's passed on, that paid the ultimate price. Are we afraid? Are we afraid? Are we afraid? We got all these people that are courageous and tough, right? Are we afraid to take a stand to change things, make things better for everybody? I mean, that's not racist talk. This is not. This is common sense.
Something to you, okay? Common sense,
equitable
ain't so
stuff
common these days.
Okay.
You do understand that, right? The other part of what you're saying is, I get it.
Yes.
You get it.
Yes.
Because we in it.
Well, we have to infect everybody else with it.
I'm sorry, that needle got broke a long time ago.
Damn.
So
I feel like I'm playing tennis. You blocking all the positivity.
That needle got broken a long time ago because I can't explain something to somebody that does not want to know. I can tell you, even from Dr. Martin Luther King, I have a dream. But do you know the rest of it?
Right.
Do you know the letter from a Memphis jail? Do you know what Dr. Martin Luther King was standing for? All you know is what he had said on Washington Monument.
Yes.
But can you tell all of it?
Yes.
Can you tell how that I Have a Dream speech started when you had Mahalia Jackson standing behind him saying, Martin, don't tell the regular speech.
Yes.
Tell the dream. She's the one.
I think people, so my perspective, I think people get caught up with trying to get other people to appreciate our plight, right?
But do you understand what I was saying?
I do understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is,
yeah,
I need everybody to understand what we marching for.
Yes.
Or what we standing for.
Well, the messages we those people who are going to take up that baton, it's their responsibility to make sure that message gets out.
And the older folks,
yeah,
they tired.
They should be. They shouldn't have
They
to.
held the lantern now for, looking like the Statue of Liberty for years, and they tired.
But it shouldn't be so. Trying to change things for the better shouldn't be sold to people as trying to take up the mantle of civil rights or something somebody else did. It should just be about trying to make my quality of life better, which enhances the quality of life for everybody.
Let's think about that for a minute.
Yeah, let's think about that because no, seriously. And look, I know that there's all kinds of pushback that can come from that, but context matters, right? So if you and I say, you know what, we need to clean this area up, but there's somebody over there we know he don't come over here, don't do that.
Right.
Sometimes you got to bring people along for them to get it. He may not understand what we're doing, but then once he sees what we're doing, what we've done, I should say, that would prove two things. One, something's wrong with him if he can't appreciate cleaning up the area, or he'll come along.
I'm gonna take you back to Katrina.
Okay.
So, me and my team, we are in hazmat trucks, 6 hazmat trucks, and we have been assigned to right at St. Bernard Parish, where we're going to the big tanks where they keep all the oil. One of those tanks tipped over.
Okay.
During, and a lot of folks don't even know this, but one of those tanks tipped over during Katrina, and they spilled 1 million gallons of crude oil. The company itself was so interested in getting that oil back that they brought in all these different crews to suck up all that oil. They went in all the different, they had guys with suits on out here with boots on and Tyvek suits.
Yeah.
That were going into neighborhoods and saying, you don't want your house? You don't want your house? That's Vappy house? Is he here? Does he anywhere around? They trying to find you. You know the reason why? Because they know that you got 3 or 4 feet of crude oil in your house now. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, we got a hazmat crew. They can come in here and clean it out and gut your whole house, do all the studs, do everything, because they didn't want that publicity. All right? So they want to buy your house or clean it up. You got an alternative. They give you top dollar. Why? Because they didn't want the pushback from the folks that are saying, y'all didn't do nothing to try to get that crude oil out of here prior to. So in that same context, that's just part of the story, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That organization that's out there to try to change all that oil into gas also has 55-gallon drums. You know them big old drums of benzene.
Okay.
One of the most horrific chemicals that you could possibly be around because it give you cancer immediately. All right. You're gonna have some type of form of cancer if you're around benzene, and they use it in the plants. All right. My crew is searching for 15 barrels of 55-gallon drums of benzene. And I'm driving the truck thinking to myself, what the hell I'm doing out here? Looking for some stuff that can kill me. We get down past the big drums of oil, and right there past I think that's Parish Road. I'm not certain what road it is. Excuse my French. There's a trailer park. And I'm thinking to myself, ain't nobody out here because they probably tore all the hurricane probably tore all those trailers up. You could see where the damage was. But there's this one white man that's got blue tarps all over his trailer and got his kids out there and got generators running and they doing ring around the rose around a 55-gallon drum of benzene. They little kids. He has no clue what's happening. Now, this is 96-degree weather, so you got a 55-gallon drum of benzene, which is a hazardous chemical, sitting in this man's yard, and these little bitty kids are playing ring around the rosy in. Here come Jose, Paco, me, and all the rest of the guys coming to his house. This man pulls a 12-gauge shotgun. What the hell you innings want in my yard? Get out of my yard. This is my yard. I'm trying to explain to him,
I get it.
Sir, we're getting ready to do something here because I got to call the feds.
Yes.
So that we can get this out of your yard because it's dangerous and can kill you and your kids.
Yeah.
Please let us get it. He said, I don't want you ends in my yard. He could not get past the fact that you got black guys, Puerto Rican guys, Mexicans that were there to help him.
I got you. Yeah.
He just didn't see past the color.
Yes. Well, we can't help everybody. I get your point.
Can't help everybody.
I get your,
so my
point.
point to you in that, and I'm sorry I went all the way around the.
That's okay.
I went all the way around the
I'm
block
just
just
glad
to
you
get to the
didn't.
other side of the street.
I'm glad there was no Speedo in that story.
We ain't gonna make a Speedo in the oil, bro. but it was the point of some people just can't get past what they don't know because they ain't trying to learn.
That's a fact.
But how do you? And I think that's a good question. How do you have those folks? So using the analogy of the 300, some folks you just got to leave behind, and then they catch up when they see, oh, I see what you're doing. And if you use the analogy of the 300, you're gonna have to take a small crew to get out there to make change, and the rest of them will come.
Small crew's better than by yourself.
Yep. So, all right, T-Bone.
Hey, good evening to y'all.
What's happening?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Wait, I didn't catch who else this is with you, G.
Jeffrey Vappy.
Oh, how you doing, sir?
Jeffrey Vappy. How you doing, man?
So, I like that story you just told because it's the perfect way to illustrate what's going on with the Latino community voting for Trump, with the blacks voting for Trump, for the people that voted for Trump that just we illustrated on this program and others on BOK why they should not vote this way. Some of them knew it was going to go down like this. Some of them didn't believe.
That's T-Bone, you said?
They don't care.
Mr. T-Bone.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mr. T-Bone, can I ask you a question, sir?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the local election? Because that's immediate. That affects you immediately.
I'm purposefully, and I've said it on this program, and I mean it, I'm purposefully not voting for the status quo people.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of the same old. You know, I'm going to listen to the independent people who have not been elected 2 and 3 times with the same bullcorn. I'm just tired of it. I like OT. I really do. But I have yet to hear his platform on how he plans to change the city if he's elected mayor. You know what I'm saying? What I've given my questions out on this program. What do you plan to do for the economy? How do you plan to reinvigorate business other than tourism and hospitality? How do you plan to fix the educational system? Those are my 3 issues. And if you can't address that, you're not going to get my vote. And here's why. If you can address those 3 issues, that will change the whole outlook of this city right there.
Well, at least you're engaged, and but just keep in mind, no one person can do it alone. It's a collective effort.
It is, but somebody got to start it. You see, a farmer's got to have a farmer, but that farmer has got to buy the seeds, got to plant the seed, and harvest the seed. But if that farmer don't start it, what comes to harvest? You feel me?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now get that down. Okay. Now here's the other part I'm trying to say. Anybody old enough to remember the Jeffersons? And
the what?
When the Jeffersons back in the day. I'm going to take you back a minute. I'm going to take you back for a minute.
Okay.
There was an episode on there where George Jefferson addressed the KKK. He's going to a meeting about the KKK, didn't know it. Went there with Bentley and with his other neighbor. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
He ends up there. The biggest bigot in the room has a heart attack. George does the right thing and give the man CPR. What's the first thing that man said when they revived him and had him on the gurney? George then ran out of breath, then unbuttoned his suit, trying to save this man. He then called the man a bastard and everything. He saves the man's life. Mm-hmm. What's the first thing this man said? Come on, G, I know you know.
I don't know.
Let me die.
They should have let him die?
No, he said it himself.
Yeah.
Let me die.
Yes, indeed.
That's what you got to do with some of these people.
You got to let them die?
Because you got to let them go. Because they're not going to change their frame of thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm not
trying
to change it no more.
You just can't take everybody with you, so.
You can't. Hey.
All right, my brother.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate you.
All
right. More coming up, y'all. Take another break here. Get you ready for Carrie and Arnie coming up at 6, right? Yeah, there you go. More next.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris. A federal appeals court ruled that Donald Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship violates the 14th Amendment. It's not even close. In a 2-1 decision, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said the president cannot strip away automatic U.S. citizenship from children born on American soil to undocumented immigrants or foreign visitors. That's been the law since 1868, and the court made it plain. The case was brought by a coalition of Democratic-led states who argued the policy would upend vital systems like education, healthcare, and identification across state lines. The court agreed and upheld a nationwide block to keep Trump's order from taking effect. The decision comes just weeks after the Supreme Court ruled to limit the scope of federal injunctions, stop short of endorsing Trump's policy. The appeals court said this is one of those rare cases where a nationwide halt is necessary because rights this fundamental shouldn't depend on what state you're born in. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
There is a heated debate nationally and internationally about whether Israel is committing genocide in Palestine in the war against the terrorist group Hamas. I have no clarity on either side of the genocide question, but I'm damn certainly clear about what is not debatable: the intentional killing and starvation of innocent women and children at the hands of Israeli soldiers. Death and hunger in Gaza, according to the World Health Organization, is a man-made disaster since Israeli forces initiated a food aid blockade. Now, don't misunderstand my critique as opposition to Israel's right to defend itself against Hamas. It was Hamas who invaded Israel some 21 months ago in a despicable, barbaric attack, murdering 1,200 Israeli citizens and taking 250 hostages. Wiping out Hamas is totally justifiable. What is not justifiable is the heartless policy employed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to order a food blockade against the starving, homeless Palestinian refugees who have been displaced because of the war. The United Nations says more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces while seeking food aid since late May. Moreover, 2.1 million people are without ample food supply, which includes 900,000 children. Gaza officials report that some 70,000 children are already showing signs of malnutrition. There is no earthly justification under God's sun for such abysmal cruelty. Shame on Netanyahu, who continues to drag his feet on a possible ceasefire while his military leaders refuse to take accountability for the attacks at food distribution centers, insisting they only fired warning shots to keep Hamas at bay. Well, you can put me down in the I'm not convinced column on that explanation. As Big Daddy opined in the play Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, sounds like mendacity to me. Even some of Israel's closest allies are beginning to condemn what some human rights advocates are describing as using food deprivation as a weapon. While it may not be genocide, it damn sure is inhumane. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks
and Kimber White Dupree
from the front porch.
Some combos are too good to miss. Now you can pull up a chair to the front porch anytime.
Just search WBOK Media and subscribe to the Front Porch Podcast.
Download, share, and hit us with a 5-star rating because New Orleans culture deserves to be heard loud and clear.
Hi, this is Arnie Filko. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events to sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join Carrie and I every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Carrie Show. See you soon.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the Whole Water Stove, Pastor David Impartian Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
Fresh produce, local flavor, and a healthy you. New Orleans East Hospital is hosting a farmers market the last Wednesday of every month from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Join us in the parking lot across from the main entrance. Support local farmers and your wellness. We'll see you there.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
New Schools for New Orleans, along with New Orleans Public Schools and the Cowell Institute, are excited to announce the launch of a new digital tool on the data dashboard. New Orleans Public Schools, 20 years later, a timeline of recovery, transformation, and growth. The tool provides data, information, and context on the past 20 years of K-12 education in New Orleans, the changes that occurred, and the outcomes these changes helped produce. Visit nolapublicsschools.com/K20 to view the tool and learn more.
If someone asks,
Yeah!
let them know you listen to WBOK.
Here we go!
The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Just a few more minutes before we get out of here for, what's today, Thursday? Yeah, for Thursday. I got to think about the date. Coming up, Arnie and Carrie's going to be in at 6 o'clock. Miss Pam, you've been holding on. How you doing?
Hello, good evening, gentlemen. How are you all?
Good evening.
Good.
Good. Look, let me tell you something. I agree with both of you and the gentleman that just got off. But see, what we have to understand is that if we have to go to a park, set a date and go to a park, let's find out our differences. We can agree to disagree, but let everyone speak. And let's try to put this together. We are no longer on chains. Let's just put our big, big, big hearts on and connect them like balloons that's going to fly in the sky. We can do this. We can do this. And I'm going to tell you why we can do this. It's because of the fact that, okay, everyone has an opinion. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it wrong. But what if we connect all of us get together. Let's go sit on the lakefront and have a barbecue. Let's talk about it. It's for real.
That's right.
It's for real. Our ancestors fought too long for what we have. And I'd be damned if I'm going to let them take it back from me.
There you go.
Thank you. And be blessed in the Lord, all of you listeners. Miss Pam loves you all, but I'm gonna speak the truth because we have a way we can do this, but we can't fight against each other. We got to come in the middle and meet up and make it work.
How you get worked up though? How you get so worked up, then come back and be all calm, and then get worked up again in the same sentence?
I'm me. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm at right now is what I'm telling you. And when I back up or go to the side or whatever, let's just get together as black people. That's how it happened for us.
But we get together every week. We just get together for the wrong stuff. I mean, one of the things, though, Miss Pam, that we're talking about, I mean, we were talking about it off air. How many hundreds of thousands of folks do you see get together when we see the death of Frankie Beverly? You couldn't even move on Claiborne, and everybody was in white. You couldn't move. That's how many people were out there.
That's what
how many people show up on a Super Sunday to drink and pop that thing and do whatever they need to in the middle of the street?
Everybody half naked. I'm not trying to see that. We got to educate our children, and they're taking education away from our kids. We have to do it at home. And then we all get together because I may agree with you on some things and may not. And I may agree with, congratulations. I wanted to say to you, Mr. Vapid, thank you for all the years that you have served us because you've been through hell and high water.
Thank you.
So thank you. And my son-in-law was, and I'm sure you know him, but I'm not going to call his name on air. He was killed in a car accident.
Oh, no.
And let me tell you something. When you have a good police officer, please thank them. You don't know whether they're good or bad, but just say thank you. You'd be surprised. That might be the thing they need to hear that day that makes a difference in someone's life. And I thank you for your time. God bless you and love you all.
All right, Miss Pam. Thank you much.
All right. Bye.
So our time is up. You gonna come back and do it again?
And this was fun. I enjoyed it.
I'm serious, bro. Don't have me have to call you 5,000 times. And then you come back and say, bro, somebody told you not to talk to me no more?
Listen, if we can motivate people to take their local elections serious, I'm with it, man.
All right.
We got a mission. We got a mission to fulfill here.
All right. You let me know when you want to come back.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
I appreciate it. Look, this was the first time I think a lot of folks got a chance to really hear you talk.
Good.
Which is good. And you got more. I know you got more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Got to pace yourself.
All right. Thanks for coming, brother.
Thank you, WBOK audience.
All right,
Appreciate
we got Arnie and Carrie coming up next. That's going to wrap things up for us. We'll see you on tomorrow, y'all. Have a good day.
WBOK online at